I want to talk about something. About. Okay, so people like me, in the ways, people who have gifts that were given from God, whether they even know that it's from God or not, or that it's a gift or not, that's up to the individual to figure that out. But like I can tell, just by looking at someone, listening to them for a bit. Anyway, yeah. Dan from Dreams in the Cosmic Trip, he has a gift like I have. It's a little different, obviously. I just want to talk about the stress that it causes, because it sucks. Yeah. Well, since I have the spirit of understanding, and I have for a few years now, I've been making videos. I don't know if you are understanding that the stuff I've been talking about is not really of my own personal thoughts and opinions, but of the spirit. So I guess I should probably take it more seriously, or at least address it as such, right? Like, I guess by definition, the beast of 666 is a little insane, and, I am. So in this moment, I feel I should be more responsible with it. So if you notice that Barack Obama is the first horseman of the apocalypse, and we're in the apocalypse, and this is the season that Satan's loosed, and he's been loose since 1776, right? And this is all his plan. And the first horseman, when he gained power, there's a specific speech he made, and in reverse he says it's now time to unearth the mark, right? And in another speech he made in reverse, he says, now hear my composite self, the Pharaoh Zeus. Thank you, Satan, and yes, we will serve confidently, right? So, like, he's, who he is, right? Like, I mean, if you're anything like me and you've been paying attention to this reality, you understand certain things, and that's one of the things you gotta understand, right? That he's the first horseman, right? So he did that. So he's saying it's now time to unearth the mark. So he's saying that the mark of the beast, right, is from underneath the ground. You have to unearth it, right? So in iPet Goat 2, I know it's silly, but iPet Goat 2 shows you where it is. And I've been told by the spirit years ago where it is, and it's Azazel, right? The giant devil, and he's in Antarctica, and in 2016 they unearthed it. Obama's not human, and he set up ways to steal money from the banks of America with the Queen of England and the guy who's now king, and stole money from a bunch of other ways to build the military very shortly. But besides the point, he was doing other things too, and he said he was going to subearth the mark, right? So he did, right? Like if you remember, in 2016, that was the last year that he was in power, right? And he and various people, right, like of power, heads of corporations, presidents, prime ministers, religious leaders, the Pope, the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, right? Like they all went to Antarctica in 2016, right? And like in IPEC 02, it shows you that they're in Antarctica. The military that with the triangle heads, right? That's the military of the Illuminati. That's what it's telling you. And Osama bin Laden with the CIA badge. That's Barack Obama, right? That was always him. He was always playing that, right? And it's telling you that like that's what he did, right? He's the devil with the smirking, right? He's just he's subearthed it, right? It shows you the oil fields, the oil. It's the oil, right? Oil is blood of the fallen. It always has been. And Azazel's is very special because that's how they make the mark, with his blood. Okay, so that's what it's telling you. And they did. They made the mark. He set up the fucking Wuhan labs, the fake disease and everything, so that you take the mark. Okay, it's the blood of Azazel. And the Spirit showed me where he is, and you can see it on Google Earth. And he's literally as big as Enoch described him, needing to make the kings of the world create chains of immeasurable weight just to hold them down underneath the jagged rocks in Dudael, right, the edge of the earth, until the Day of Judgment, which is coming up pretty soon, right? Like, well, within the next decade for sure, you know. And the first horseman picked the second horseman and the third horseman, which are also U.S. presidents. All presidencies have been fake since Obama's. And he's going to come back, either himself or his wife. It doesn't matter. Either way, like, you know, don't worry about dying, you know, like, you don't actually die. You just end this experience, right? You're still going to exist. So it's better to it's better to always do the right thing. But yeah, he did that, and he set up the whole thing, you know. And he tells you too. He showed you at the correspondence dinner. They make a joke about it, but that's him picking him, showing him what to do. You know, like it's complicated, but when you're influenced by spirits, you can see it, right? You can see everything. Meaning them, right? Like I have God in me. You know, it is what it is. You know, Jesus said he was the Son, but he is God, right? Like that's what's in me. I'm not going to call myself God, but the Spirit of him is in me. And that's what he showed me many times, and he keeps showing me things because I'm supposed to tell you. And I haven't been telling you everything because it's hard for me to put it all together in a way that you'll understand. You know, it's like a movie, this reality, you know, like they know the script, you know. Maybe that's why the dragon pulled me out of my body and knew my name, because I'm the one person that figures it all out. Like, well, at least I have it in my mind. You know? And he sees that, and he sees me as a threat. You and that's the reason why I'm going through everything I'm going through. And maybe that's the whole thing about Daniel and Dreams in the Cosmic Trip, everything he's going through. It's because he's also a threat to Satan and his plans. And many other people that are making videos trying to get heard, you know, by a bigger crowd than just their family. You know, we are getting silenced. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that they're actively finding people like us, and they're doing things not just electronically but spiritually. You know, it's very stressful. It is. Obsidian skull. Pretty cool.